She is a tall guard who can shoot the three. She is nasty on defense. What I love about her is she brings this kind of spark and energy to the court. She is very feisty. She is not scared to go after it. And I feel like, will also act as an enforcer on this team. But Sophie is someone also.
Sophie Cunningham just shared some surprising news, and it's very interesting. Many people thought she joined the Indiana Fever to get a fresh start, have a bigger role on the team, or try to win a championship with Caitlin Clark. But that's not the real reason. The truth seems much more dramatic. It sounds like her decision may have been about being petty, getting a little revenge, and maybe even trolling a whole fan base.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem.
Sophie Cunningham openly said that Caitlin Clark is a gem, and she truly meant it. Now she's joining her on the Indiana Fever and seems ready to fully support her, almost like her personal bodyguard on the court. It's like a dream coming true for Sophie. She has been talking for a while about how much she wanted to play with Caitlin, even mentioning it on podcasts. And now it has finally happened.
I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day, for real.
Imagine the first game of the season. Caitlin Clark is bringing the ball up the court, focused and ready to take a deep shot like she always does. Suddenly, a tough defender tries to play rough with her. But that might be a mistake because Sophie Cunningham is right there, ready to step in. She's not just on the team to shoot three-pointers and smile. She looks focused and determined, almost like she has one main goal this season, to protect and support Caitlin Clark no matter what.
Everybody's thinking, did the Indiana Fever give up too much for Sophie Cunningham? I say absolutely not. Who are they going to get at the eighth spot that's going to be valuable, can be an automatic impact player for the Fever? This GM is thinking big. Not thinking the future, she's thinking now.
Sophie Cunningham has always played with toughness and confidence. She's known for being physical, taking charges, and standing up to opponents. But now it feels like she has even more motivation. This isn't just another season for her. Playing alongside Caitlin Clark seems to have given her a bigger purpose. It's not only about winning games anymore, it's about supporting and protecting one of the brightest stars in women's basketball. And from the way she plays, it's clear she's not going to let anyone push Caitlin around without responding.
It's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now it's just the viewership. And so I give a big old clap to the rookie class. I think that's a lot to deal with when you're at that age and you have that many eyes on you. But I think they've done a great job in the league as well. I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to. But I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it. And I'm a huge fan, and I never say that.
Some people think NaLyssa Smith hasn't been very welcoming toward Caitlin Clark. The vibe between them has seemed a little tense, like there might be some quiet competition or frustration. Now, with Sophie Cunningham joining the team, the dynamic could change. Sophie plays with confidence and isn't afraid of confrontation, so some fans feel she'll bring strong support and positive energy. While other teams and players may be talking or throwing subtle shade, Caitlin seems focused on just playing basketball. That's why many believe Sophie could be the perfect teammate for her, someone calm, confident, and ready to stand by her no matter what.
I have more breaking news. Another signing just happened. Sophie Cunningham was just acquired to the Indiana Fever. By the Indiana Fever. Oh my goodness. Within 2 hours. And guess who was gone? NaLyssa Smith is gone.
Imagine a game where Angel Reese brings a lot of energy and plays very physical against Caitlin Clark. Some fans expect those matchups to be intense. But with Sophie Cunningham on the court, it could feel different. Sophie already has a reputation for being tough and confident, and many believe she won't hesitate to step in if things get too physical. If Angel plays aggressive, Sophie will likely match that intensity. People are starting to see Sophie as the possible enforcer for the team, someone who won't back down and will make sure her teammate isn't pushed around.
This is amazing for women's basketball. This is amazing for women's sports in general. You have so many people, so many new and fresh eyes on our sport that maybe they're a little uneducated and maybe they kind of stir the pot a little bit. And so I get that. But for that class to come in, you have her, you have Angel Reese, you have some other big names, but really those two and the amount of millions of followers that they brought to our league, you have to applaud them and you have to be fans of that. Because if you're smart, it's not about money, but if you're smart, you're going to be making a lot more.
Last season, a lot of fans remember the tense moment when Dejonai Carrington played very aggressively against Caitlin Clark, including that eye poke incident and the intense stare down. Many people felt it crossed the line and expected teammates to step in. Some viewers were surprised that Nalissa Smith didn't visibly react or defend her teammate in that moment, which led to a lot of online discussion. Now, with Sophie Cunningham joining the Indiana Fever, fans believe the team's energy could change. Sophie is known for her toughness and willingness to stand up for teammates, so many expect a stronger response if games get overly physical this season.
WNBA Twitter is currently crashing out over Black Eye Gate. I'm sure we've seen by now this play where Dejonai Carrington pokes Caitlin Clark in the eye. And after seeing this angle, so many people are saying that it was intentional, right? Dejonai goes up to steal the ball, and when she comes down, her hand goes like this, straight into Caitlin's eye.
The Indiana Fever made a big change by moving on from Nalissa Smith and bringing in Sophie Cunningham, and many fans believe it could be a positive shift for the team. When Nalissa announced she was heading to the Dallas Wings, she seemed excited about her new start, especially with her partner Dejonai Carrington also there. Some supporters felt the transition happened very quickly and wished for a more emotional goodbye to the team that drafted her, but that's part of how professional sports work. Players move on and start new chapters. Last season had its share of intense moments, especially involving Caitlin Clark, and fans had strong opinions about who stepped up and who didn't. Now, with Sophie joining the Fever, many expect a different kind of energy. She's known for her competitive spirit and willingness to stand up for teammates, so supporters are hopeful that this new lineup will bring toughness, unity, and a stronger presence on the court.
I'm here to tell you, Sophie Cunningham is not going to put up with the hate and the bullying Caitlin Clark has been receiving throughout the WNBA, because we know last year that was a big target for Caitlin Clark, was to get an enforcer. And like I keep telling y'all, Kelly Cristobal is not messing around, bro.
Sophie Cunningham has a reputation for playing hard and with a lot of emotion. She's not focused on being polite on the court. She plays tough, talks confidently, and competes at full intensity. Some fans believe that if situations like last season happen again, especially involving Dejonai Carrington or other physical defenders, Sophie won't hesitate to step in and match that energy. With Caitlin Clark now as her teammate on the Indiana Fever, many expect a different atmosphere this year. Last season, there were moments when Caitlin took hard fouls and played through heavy contact, and some fans felt the team didn't respond strongly enough. The belief now is that Sophie will bring more edge, more toughness, and more visible support. Instead of quietly letting things go, she's the type of player who sets hard screens, talks back, and makes sure opponents know she's there. Supporters are hoping that energy will help make Indiana a much tougher team this season.
Natasha Howard, these are plug-and-play pieces. We need plug-and-play, immediate impact. That's what we need. We need players to come in and make immediate impact. And that's what Kelly and Amber has done with this free agency. A lot of people thought the Indiana Fever was going to pull up short. I'm here to tell you, they was playing chess while everybody else in the damn W was playing checkers, bro. They just strategically put this thing together.
Sophie Cunningham isn't just a shooter or a hustle player. She's the kind of teammate who goes all out for her team. She'll run through screens, talk trash, get in an opponent's face, and then calmly knock down a three-pointer. Now that she has Caitlin Clark as her teammate, fans expect that intensity to be focused on protecting and supporting Caitlin. Sophie seems to take this personally in the best way. She studies the game, notices who's getting physical with Caitlin, and shows up ready to respond. If a defender tries to be rough or push Caitlin around, Sophie is already moving in. No hesitation. This season, Caitlin finally has teammates who will truly have her back, and leading that charge is none other than Sophie Cunningham, bringing toughness, energy, and relentless support every game.
NaLyssa Smith, Robin Lundberg, NaLyssa Smith, as we all know, was a borderline liability for the Fever last season. Not sure where the idea she had trade value is coming from. Indiana made clear upgrades. Yeah, I mean, NaLyssa Smith had very little trade value. They're basically, when they came back from the All-Star break, NaLyssa Smith dropped off a map. She went MIA on the Indiana Fever. I mean, seriously, I voted for NaLyssa Smith for the All-Star game. Think about that. And then her behavior and her play went right down the shitter in the second half of the season. She basically no-showed. Yeah, she was on the court. She wasn't showing up.
Sophie Cunningham has come to the Indiana Fever like she's been hired as Caitlin Clark's personal bodyguard. If anyone tries to get physical with Caitlin, even someone like Dejanai Carrington, Sophie is ready. She'll set hard screens, push back, or even go full WWE style to protect her teammate. The Fever really needed a player like her, someone who acts, doesn't stand around, and makes sure their star player is safe. With Sophie on board, the Fever are looking stronger than ever. Caitlin Clark is entering her second year and seems ready to chase records after a rookie season that was just a taste of what's to come. The roster is deeper, the supporting cast is sharper, and the team finally has real protection on the court. With Sophie setting screens, Aaliyah Boston defending the paint, and the shooters locked in, Caitlin is positioned for a historic season. MVP numbers, a deep playoff run, and even a WNBA championship are all within reach. This isn't last season's Fever. The 2025 Indiana Fever are real championship contenders, and this year, business is booming.
Or the Fever, they're not just going out and trying to sign the very best player that they can find. They're finding pieces. And there's a difference when you go into free agency and you're looking at it through the lens on putting together a team that's cohesive, putting together a team that makes sense, putting together a team that's not going to have drama in the locker room, that's going to have chemistry on the court. That's what they're doing. And I honestly thought the Fever were already in title contention when they signed Natasha Howard and they re-signed Kelsey Mitchell, because we have seen with Caitlin Clark, one of the best attributes of her game is that she elevates the players around her. She makes those players better.
The league better be ready, because the Indiana Fever aren't holding back this year. If anyone tries to target Caitlin Clark, they've got Sophie Cunningham to deal with next. Fans shouldn't expect games to be a safe space for Caitlin haters anymore. Last year was fun, but this year is all about Sophie Cunningham bringing energy, toughness, and protection. Caitlin is the star, but Sophie is the storm. Anyone who tries to test her is about to find out the hard way. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.